and welcome to the On Cable Tonight show on behalf of the Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis. I am Ruby Bright. I am the Executive Director of the Women's Foundation, and I want to welcome you to our November show. We have a great program. We're in the holiday season, so we'll be talking about the impact of giving back. For those of you who are not familiar with the Women's Foundation is one of the fastest growing women's funds in the country. Our mission is to promote philanthropy, to foster leadership, and to support programs that help women and children reach their full potential. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you will stay tuned for the entire show because you will not want to miss it. And again, about the Women's Foundation, we are an organization that raises and grant money to the community, supporting over 395 programs since 1996 and giving out more than $6.6 million. Additionally, we have a very special initiative over the past 8 years that we've raised $7.7 million for, and that is our Memphis Hope program. I'm really delighted today to tell you that we have a guest of someone who has benefited from our Memphis Hope program. The title tonight is about the community impact of giving back. And so I want you to sit back and relax, and I want to, introduce our guests in a few minutes. Two dynamic women, as always, for those of you who have been listening with me. We have great speakers telling us great things and motivating us to do more and give more. And that's what tonight is going to be about, how we receive and then how we give back to the community. But before I introduce them, I want to tell you how you can do that and support the Women's Foundation. This is a time of giving, the season of giving, and give something that will make a lasting difference. And to do that, I encourage you to consider supporting the Women's Foundation by making a special tribute to someone you care about, someone that's special in your life. You can go online to do a holiday card. You can support the Women's Foundation going to our website at www.wfgm.org. Yes, go to our website, think of that special person that you would like to honor, and make a tribute to them and support the programs for the Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis. I know you're sitting there waiting, so now I'm excited, very excited about introducing two dynamic women. Remember I said our subject is about the community impact of giving back. I want to welcome with me this evening Nakia. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're just looking beautiful, and I look forward to sharing your story. And we have Leslie Shaw and Nakia Nedab. Yes, ma'am. I apologize. I knew I was going to get that wrong. But let's start with you. You serve on the board of DeNeuville Learning Center, and DeNeuville Learning Center is one of the organizations that we've supported over the last 10 years at least. How did you get to know about DeNeuville?
Yes, ma'am. DeNeuville Learning Center, I actually got was prepared for my GED through DeNeuville, and in preparation of becoming a student there, I was in a rehab facility. And one of the requirements was for me to continue to get my education, to get my GED. And so I was introduced to DeNeuville Learning Center through drug court, Judge Tim Dwyer's drug court. And I was introduced to a wonderful lady by the name of Sister Lakshmi. Mm-hmm. And so I went there back in 2004. I got my GED in 2005, and I became a board member of DeNeuville in September of this year.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sounds like a really challenging but a very rewarding journey, but you started with DeNeuville because you had to fulfill some objectives because of rehab?
Yes, ma'am. I made some poor decisions early in life, which afforded me to go down through have some obstacles that I had to eventually just go through them. And But had it not been for places like DeNeuville Learning Center, you know, being open to women who, not all women, you know, have had that type of issue, but you know, sometimes we kind of get restrained back from having children and being single moms and single parents and things of that nature. And we just need that little extra oomph, that little extra push. And that's what the community does. The communities that you guys are raising this money for, that door was open for me at the moment. And I was able to obtain my GED and other things like, you know, computer skills, and have other classes there as well.
So, in getting your GED, and you know, you also got to meet women similar to yourself, as well as a diverse group of women. Sure, in the classes that you were attending, the program, many who may be looking tonight, watching this show tonight, you know, could be in a situation very similar to yours, and you know, so it's a big step to make a decision to, you know, go back to school and then try to reinvent yourself in a new way of life. What would you tell someone who is thinking about it, but you know, just haven't made up their mind? Why should they go and seek support from an organization like DeNeuville Learning Center if they want to get their GED?
Well, I know the first thing is that, you know, for one thing, you know, you want to be a productive citizen in society, first and foremost. And then you know that, you know, if you have small children, or not just for your children, but even for yourself, for your own self-worth. And as a woman in the community, you know, we really have many talents that the community itself can utilize to help the community to continue to grow. Mm-hmm. And I believe that, you know, in you know, wanting to better yourself and better your life, not just for yourself, but for your family as well, you should, you know, inspired to achieve well beyond, you know, your innermost self. Because if you don't know, then you always, you know, have that thought that, you know, if I had tried, and if I didn't try, I don't never know if I could have done it or not. And I'm so grateful that I did, you know, acknowledge the steps when the hand was reached out to me that would help me. I wouldn't be in college right now, you know, pursuing, you know, my degree. So I'm real grateful for that.
And so, so you had various success points in this journey.
I have, and I mean, so many that I can't count, you know. When you thought that this was the icing on the cake, you know, here comes something else. But I know that it's all because of the community replenishing itself. Mm-hmm. And people like you and your organization wanting to see people better themselves and know that people deserve a second chance as well. Not that they may have always done something wrong or been stagnated in life, but like I said, you know, a lot of us women, we become single parents. And it's just hard raising children by yourself with no income, no job. And if you don't have an education, you don't know anything about computers, and technology is just rising above now, and almost everything is going computer. Right. And you know, you want to be able to stay in touch with the community and other people, even your family members these days. The phones are all computer technology. And so communities and facilities like DeNeuville Learning Center, they teach how to boost up your skills. So
in addition to going to get your GED, you also learn technological skills that afford you employment opportunities, or were you already employed? Or?
Well, I was already employed, but I was just a receiving clerk. And so, you know, I wasn't really doing anything on the forefront that had to do anything with computers or anything like that. So as I went on to, you know, better myself with the computers and get familiar with, you know, with Outlook and Excel and Microsoft Word, you know, things that people, you know, you guys utilize as your database. You know, I've come to learn.
Listen at her talk this language. You can talk this.
Yeah, it's really fun and it's very empowering when you kind of get it down packed. You know, I got this thing, I can do this, and then you can teach somebody else how to do it as well. Right. So it's really beneficial. It's very rewarding to stay up to date with what's going on in the world today, because you know it's just going to grow with or without us. And so if I'm here, I might as well learn as much as I can.
So what is the future for you?
Oh,
you're in college now.
I am currently enrolled in Southwest. I'm working on my my counseling, and so I will transfer over to University of Memphis. Lord willing, it happen that and continue on and get my degree there. I don't know, I can go either way. I can go human services, social work, I still got a little time to think about that.
Sure.
But the fact of the matter is that I am pursuing.
Well, I think that also you're pursuing something where you can give back.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's really what this segment is about for our show. It's about, when you get help, you want to help someone else. And you know that there are a lot of people out there like yourself who, just need someone to give a hand up. And then you'll help yourself, and I'm sure that that's something that's important to you.
Yes, ma'am, it's very important. And also, and I'll say this, being a board member with DeNeuville Learning Center helps me also to stay engaged with the community. Mm-hmm. Also gives me an inside look at, what the community is doing hands-on, as opposed to just showing up for the volunteer sessions and extending my time and myself in the presence, but getting behind the scenes and seeing how all this is set up and how people really devote their lives and time and trying to make sure the community is not drowning.
Right. There's an avenue and an opportunity for others, and knowing that you're a part of that through your leadership development, I'm sure. It's a win-win for everybody involved. Being able to know what it's like to come into the program, and also now, taking it to another level by knowing what it takes to be sure that women have an opportunity, or people have the opportunity that you've afforded yourself. That's a great turnaround. So congratulations to you, on that.
Thank you for all that you guys do.
Well, the Women's Foundation, you're here with us tonight on Cable Tonight, and our Women's Foundation on Cable Tonight show for November is about the community impact of giving back. We have two dynamic women who have benefited, and now they're giving back to the community. So thank you, Nakia. And Leslie, I want to talk to you. We were talking about this leadership and networking. We've known each other for over 5 or 6 years now.
Yes, we have.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Leslie Shaw, you would think that she's talking a little bit low and she's very shy, but that's not the case at all, let me tell you. She's a really beautiful woman, and I won't speak for her. Leslie, welcome to the show, and she's a part of our family with the Women's Foundation because she's one of our clients with Memphis Hope. She's an ambassador for social change in the community. She's one of our rising stars who've done so much to take advantage of opportunities to benefit herself. But more importantly, both of these women are mothers, and Leslie is taking care of her grandchildren right now, and they are a priority in her life. And Leslie, tell us how being involved, tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, I want to first say I was living in Dixie Homes, and I lived there for about 14 years. Until the renovation, and we had to move. Everybody was relocated. And the time that I lived there, I was like Nakia, I had a drug problem, and a lot of things were going on in my life. And at one point in my life, I just really thought that I was a drug addict that was going to die a drug addict. And that was just it for me. And I guess as time went on and they started talking about the move, I was thinking about, okay, well, if we move in, I want to be able to do this and do that. And, I had to get myself together, in a lot of areas as far as that move was concerned, because I know that moving was a big step. And after living there for so long, change was a fear for me. I had been on drugs and I had gotten off at the time of the renovation, and we had to move. But just having lived there for so long, change was really a fear for me. So when I moved, I was one of the last people to leave. I was the last people at 244 East Pauline Circle to leave out of that building. I was the last person living there. And I moved, and when I moved, I was getting calls to come to different programs. The first program that I actually participated and committed to was Seek to Serve with Deborah Frazier.
Deborah Frazier.
Leadership development class. And when I went to that class, I was exposed to a lot of different people, places, and things that I probably thought I would never, I was never able to do. So through Seek to Serve, I learned that I am better than I'm a better person than the things that I was doing. So from there, I was, with leadership, we went out of town. I learned a lot about how to be a leader, as opposed to just sitting back and not doing anything when there needs to be a change made or when there's something that needs to be done, instead of just sitting back waiting. Step up. It's okay to step up and take charge of the situation and handle it. And I learned that through Seek to Serve. So from there, I said, well, okay, I'm going to go on to the next program, because I wasn't able to work or go to school, because having my grandson since he was 5 months old, I devoted a lot of time to just going to his school, volunteering, and doing other things. But as time going on, I was asked to get into the Getting Ahead in a Just Getting By World class, which was a program about poverty. And that class blew my mind, simply because I had lived in a housing development for so long, and just matter-of-factly saying I really thought I had it going on. But just going through that class and learning about poverty, the rate of poverty, and the different stereotypes of people, and the level of poverty in certain, that really piqued my interest, because I was living in poverty and didn't even know
that. Right.
But I said, okay, now I'm in this class for a reason. So I finally decided, after 3 or 4 years of procrastinating about going to college, because after having been on drugs and after having just sat around and done nothing for so long, I really did not think that I could accomplish anything. Even though I had moved, I just didn't see a future. And after that Getting Ahead class, I'm like, okay, I want to get my level up. I don't want to be living on the poverty level anymore. I'm going to have to go to school or get a job or do something. So I enrolled in Southwest, and they accepted me. My financial aid went through, and I initially went to school for the substance abuse counseling course, being that I'm a recovering drug addict. So I did complete, I graduated and actually got my certificate in substance abuse counseling, and decided to continue into sociology. Because I think that there is something between sociology and human services that connects us with people, and just reaching out to help the next person. It's just so much that I can tell others about. Get off the couch. It's a lot out there. You have to get up and go and reach for it. It's not going to come to you. Because for so long I sat at home and I'm like, I wish I could do that. Or I would see somebody else doing something. Oh God, I just wish I could do this, but I know I can't do it. Because my mind was set on, you can't do it.
And so there had to be turning point, the turning points in all of our lives, come at critical times. And I, the great privilege, as I said, of knowing you for these last 5 or 6 years, and especially how you, every time you learned something, you got hungry to learn something new. And then having the responsibility of your grandson, you had accepted that, and that was great, but then you had to go out of the country to get your granddaughter.
Yes, my children's choices took them to New Mexico. And my son had some problems, and his baby's mother had some issues, and the baby was taken into foster care. And after having overdosed on crack cocaine, she had eaten some drugs that she had found in the bathroom. And I was unaware that they had taken her into custody. And when I found out, I'd gone back and forth to New Mexico because my sons were living there. And even though they were doing what they were doing, I was a part of that life. So I was just there, just enjoying, reaping the benefits they were doing. And then I made a lot of friends. And people were calling me like, your granddaughter's in foster care. Your granddaughter's in the hospital. They had to give a blood transfusion. I'm like, okay, I'm on the way. So I packed up and got on the bus the next day, and it took me about 6 months of actually staying in New Mexico to go through the system to get custody of my granddaughter. And she was 3, she's 7 now. So, it took a lot out of me to do that. And once I got her home, I'm like, going to school and doing something to better myself, to better their future, is something that I need to commit to.
Right.
Because I can't just be a volunteer at their school till they get 18.
Right.
So I just decided to go to Southwest, and me and my granddaughter, we do our homework together, even though she always finishes before me. Yeah, she'll come in and she'll be like, Granny, you ready? And she'll get on there and write the spelling words, and I have 5 hours of work as opposed to her 30 minutes. So, me being in school with them, it
motivates both, right, as a family.
And as a family, we're college bound.
Yeah. Oh, that is so great.
I'm in college now, and my grandkids are college bound, and I'm just doing what I can to see that they have that opportunity.
So, you know, that's a wonderful way to really, you know, think about it and really to look at it and always keep you and your grandchildren, you know, aspiring for a better future. But I have to say to both of you is that, you know, the other reason, there are many reasons why we felt that you were great participants, candidates for participation in this program, is because, you know, as you moved in your life, you saw, let me give back, let me help someone else. I know that there's a way that I can do something to help others. And you both have unique talents in leadership that you haven't unleashed, I can tell you. You haven't unleashed them to their greatest potential. But, you know, tell us about you and what things do you like, and, you know, what's the holiday for you?
Well, for me, my holiday starts cleaning chitlins. I mean, I do it at home as a hobby. That's one of my hobbies.
I'm gonna get her number once
and I do it for other people, you know, and that's just what I do before this holiday starts. But I like cooking, I like reading, and that is one of the things that I think has me going to college and just really eager to learn more, because the reading and the homework and the time that you have to put into that, I incorporated those habits early, and through my addiction and through everything that I've gone through in my life, that is something that I've always done as far as reading and writing. I've written a manuscript of my life story, from the rehabs to the drug addictions to the running away from home at 13, jumping out of a window. You know, it's a long story, you know, and it's something that needs to be shared, because I do think that everybody has a testimony.
Yeah.
And some people are stronger than others, and there are a lot of women out there that needs to hear the story of the that left home at 13 because she didn't want to follow her mama's rules, and 25 years later, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're still here and we're serving a purpose, and it's the thing that I'm looking for, and I'm reaching for just greater things, you know, and I know I'm serving a purpose, and I always take everything that I learned back to my community. I've gotten people signed up to go to school since I've been in Southwest. I've talked people into going into college.
You are an ambassador. You really are, and you have, you know, we were talking earlier. You're listening to the Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis on Cable Tonight Show. We're talking about community impact. You just heard Leslie Shaw and Nakia. Nakia, I'm going to let you tell us your last name so I don't mess it up.
It's Nedab.
Nedab.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Nakia Nedab, she's here. She is a former student of the DeNeuville Learning Center, where she got her GED and learned computer skills, and now she's at Southwest Community College. And your hobbies?
Well, you know what I have come to fall in love with, and you're talking about as we give back, even though it is the Christmas season, but I think that should be, that can be a hobby, as volunteering your time. The DeNeuville Learning Center, we have a lot of different events going on throughout the year. You know, we have a golf tournament that goes on around October. We have a Christmas. We have a silent auction that goes on at the Hutchinson School for Girls. Every year they throw a silent auction for us, and it's just amazing. It's just full of fun, food, and fellowship. And you get to auction off and get beautiful items, and you know,
and
have
that
two
money goes back to,
and it goes right back into the program. It's just the community replenishing itself, and I just love the fact that, you know, when they do that, you can make it a fun thing to do that. And so, you know, I made a habit of doing that.
So you both have met new people, right, Leslie? I mean, you're a navigator. I say that you have the greatest social capital network that I've ever seen. And so tell me about some of the people that you've met that you...
I think the CC Foundation, Jan Young and Ernestine Smith, I got to know them through getting by and getting ahead and just getting by world. And that is where I actually learned about it's okay to ask for help, because you know, coming from where I came from, I'm like, well, this proud person, I'm not gonna ask anybody for anything. I wouldn't dare call your phone or anything. But you know, I learned through them that it's okay to ask somebody for something, and it's okay to accept gifts if somebody wants to offer you something. Because I'm like, well, no, because if I take this today, I'm gonna have to do something for you tomorrow, so I'm gonna let you have it. You know, but I had to learn that everybody doesn't want something back from you. And you know, the way I came up, that's just how it was. So it has taken a lot for me to change my lifestyle. And Young and Ernestine Smith, along with the Women's Foundation. I mean, I met several of the women there through
and the links,
through the years.
The IWE program.
The links, Deborah Fraser, Seek to Serve.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through several programs, so I've been able to just meet a variety of people, and whatever my needs are, today I'm not afraid to get on the phone and say, well, you know, school has started and it's been 3 weeks and we haven't gotten our books yet.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody's there to reach out and help me. You know, and I in turn try to reach out, and if nothing else, I can be a recruiter for Southwest, because I'm trying to let everybody know that if you have your GED or your diploma and you don't have a job, if you're just sitting at home, a couple of years goes by really fast at Southwest. So I think that that's something that a lot of people that are looking at the program today, if they're sitting at home and they're thinking of what can I do, go back to school just for a while.
And the way that you're able to get the access, both of you, to these programs is through organizations like the Women's Foundation that supports the DeNeuville Learning Center, as well back directly to the DeNeuville Learning Center, Seek to Serve, and many other organizations that we support. You know, we're proud that you're a part of the Memphis Hope program. And for those of you listening, this is the Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis on Cable Tonight Show. And this is the holiday season. It's the time to give back. So I invite you to consider supporting the Women's Foundation by making a holiday tribute gift, $25 or greater. All you have to do is call our office, 578-9346, or go online at our website at WFGM.org and place an order. Salute someone you love, help give back to the community, and make a difference. Make a big difference in the community by giving back. I promise you that your support will help more women like Leslie and Nakia be on the journey to fulfilling a lot of their dreams, as well as the dreams of their family, their children. We know that this is the season, as I said, of giving back, and I just want to thank you, ladies. Leslie, thank you. Keep doing the great work. We are proud of you and your work, your efforts as a Memphis Hope client to us. I also own Nakia. Thank you, and we wish you the best. You have a 16-year-old son. I know you got your hands full there, but you both are setting the standards. Both your grandchildren, 13 and 7. Yes. Wow, I can't believe it. He'll be getting ready to go to high school next year, right?
Yeah, he's a junior high now. But it's middle now, but he'll be in high school soon.
Yes. So DeNeuville Learning Center, the number to reach them, if you want to follow up, that number is 726-5902. You want to get your GED or learn a computer skill, or just give support to DeNeuville Learning Center. Salachimi will take your call and take you in.
Yes,
and then certainly contacting the Women's Foundation to support our work and the 33 organizations that we fund each year. Please call us at 578-9346 or go online at WFGM.org and learn more about the Women's Foundation and our work. Thank you again, ladies, for being with me. Leslie and Nakia, both of you, happy holidays. We wish you the very best.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for being with us. And remember, yes, the 2013 Legends Award honoree, nominate some dynamic woman that you think deserves to be a legend honoree. Our deadline is December the 10th. Call for nominations are out now, and you can do that also at our website, WFGM.org. Contact us at the Women's Foundation, 578-9346. And happy holidays to all of you. Remember, make a difference. Give back to the community, and it will come back to support you. Thank you very much for being with us on the On Cable Tonight Show. I am Ruby Bright, Executive Director, and this is the Women's Foundation for Greater Memphis. Give back to the community. Thank you for joining us, ladies.